Good evening, everyone. This is the second podcast for the Loudoun CPS podcast, associated with the site, loudoun.cps.org. Please check it out. Okay, so we're going to pick up immediately where we left off last time. So we're going to assume that you've been contacted, right, concerning allegations of abuse. All right, so like if you're a normal parent, you're going to want to clear this up immediately. It's in your DNA. So you're going to have the urge to go talk to CPS or to the police to clear this up. Because after you got the phone call, you're probably in shock, right? You can't believe that this has happened, that someone would do this to you. You're in shock. And you're under the impression that you're going to go talk to the authorities and clear it up. Unfortunately, if you've already spoken with them, that's not the way it works. A little bit of historical context here. Back in the 70s and 80s, when CPS nationwide was getting going with federal funding, there was a movement entitled Believe the Children, meaning no matter what they say, believe the children. The only time you don't believe the children is when the child takes back the claims of abuse. Okay? So if you're in the position now that you have talked to the authorities, rest assured they didn't believe your story. Okay? They didn't believe a word of it. If it's a recent accusation, they're probably dissecting every word you said so they can use anything against you. And please, from this point forward, you should have no interaction at all with CPS. Zero. Don't email them. Don't talk to them. Do it via your attorney. Okay? So, I'm going to play an audio clip for you. It's probably one of the worst examples of an incompetent social worker. In this case, the name is Benjamin Smith, formerly of Loudoun County Child Protective Services. Now, in this interview, you're going to see that Mr. Smith has already decided that the accusations are true. You're going to hear him say expressions like, what you did, we can get treatment for you. And believe me, I know the historical facts behind this case. No investigation has been performed at this point. Mr. Smith just assumes that the accusation is true. The interview was just a step in the process to try to get a confession from the accused and to extract anything that can be used against the accused in court. That's the purpose of the interview. So when I play this clip, it is vitally important that you listen closely, okay? Because what you want to show in your hearing immediately to the judge in family court and the circuit court is that, hey, the social worker was biased from the beginning, right? The technical term is called cognitive bias. If you believe an event has happened, if you believe there are ghosts, you're going to find things that validate your point of view. It's human nature, right? So in the case of false accusations of abuse, if a child does this, it's indications of abuse. If a child can't sleep, indications of abuse. If a child cries at night, it indicates abuse. Although those things can indicate many other things that are normal in a child's life, to the social worker, it indicates abuse. Okay, so I'm going to play this clip for you, and then I'll be back after the clip plays.
As bad as this seems right now, I mean, Wayne has done this for 25 years. I've done it for. The first thing that people do when they come in is deny. You know, we've been doing this since. What happens at that point, once you're in that lie, it's difficult to turn around and say, okay, something happened. This is not the end of the world. I mean, from what we've seen, I mean, there's a broad spectrum. Okay, you have rape and whatever else here, and you have. And what we hope when we come in and talk to you is that you are able to say what happened so we can move on and get therapy, treatment, whatever else in place. That's my job. That's why I'm here. Okay, so that we can make it safe for you to see your daughter. Does that make sense? That's how we've been. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm trying to get. And one way to measure that is the person able to admit. First off, I've treated sex offenders. That's what we do. And the first step is being able to admit what you do. Just like in AA, an alcoholic has to be able to admit that I have a drinking problem. I did something. That's where we're at. First step. Is that easy? I don't think so. It'll be different where we have to, and hopefully we can get there today. I don't know what it's going to take, but that is for my department to let you see your daughter.
The court to say, look, he's biased, right? And in the case of Smith, it was proven that Smith withheld evidence. He gave false statements during hearings. And like I said, there's a reason he's a former social worker, right? Because he got caught. I mean, like I said, he's not a very smart person. And we can only hope that he didn't get another job in a different county, right? And we can hope that he has left Loudoun County because we don't need pieces of trash like him in this county. But you need to show the court, the judge, say, hey, this investigation was biased to begin with. And it's so critical in these cases because you're not going to have a jury trial, right? It's you and the judge. It's whoever can convince the judge. And the burden of evidence is so unbelievably low. The preponderance of evidence is 51%. If the judge believes them just a little bit more than they believe you, you're going to get a ruling against you, right? You don't have a jury of your peers. You only have one judge, and you need to bring everything that shows the incompetence of the social worker like Benjamin Smith, the dishonesty of a social worker like Benjamin Smith. You need to show the court that. Okay? So I'm going to stop this for now, and we're going to pick it up. I'll try to post within the next week. And like I said, if you're at this point now, you have to ride your attorney to say, get. And another thing is, right, in addition to the audio tape, get the handwritten police notes and the handwritten social worker notes, right? You want their notes of this interview. You want to see what they wrote down. Make that request, right? And for two things, right? You want the handwritten notes because your official notes are going to be so biased and so edited that it's not a real picture. And number two, if they didn't take handwritten notes, you want the judge to hear that as well. To say what, you don't take notes during an interview, but you can wait a couple of hours to go type them up. You want the judge to hear that they're dealing with an incompetent person. So many reasons for getting the notes, right? And any other documentation. Anyway, take care for now, and we'll be speaking soon.